Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your boy Mike coming back at you, man. Week 6 as we prepare to host the Seattle Seahawks in our second divisional matchup of the season. Coming off the worst loss in the career so far of head coach Mike White, a 50-17 stomping handed out by Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, putting the Cardinals under 500 once again this season. And that goodwill that was pent up with their 2-game winning streak against San Francisco and New England seems so far away. This team has been up and down all season. Weren't able to get it done in week 1 against the Packers. Weren't able to get it done in week 2 against Miami. Beat the 49ers pretty convincingly. Struggled through a gritty win against New England, and then followed that up by getting absolutely smacked around in all phases against the Jets. But now with an opportunity to hand out a loss in the division, get us back up to 500, but we will have to do it without the services of Jalen Thompson, who strained his quad in practice this week. Big blow for this defense, especially considering the potency of that offense with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, who we now know is a superstar development player, as we see the rookie Darryl Hobbs getting a quick upgrade here. But this is, a chance to turn it around. A loss here would see us tied with Seattle. They'd have a game, a tiebreaker over us, at least until we played that second game, potentially falling further behind San Francisco, who we still have to see later in the year as well. And this is going to be a good measuring stick for Glen Roberts. This is a very veteran a very veteran group just overall in Seattle. DK Metcalf now scraped his teeth for a couple years in the league. Tyler Lockett, what was he, a 3rd-round pick back in I want to say 2015, 2016. He's a presence that demands attention. You got Geno Smith, who, of course, was a first-rounder for the Jets all those years ago. And defensively, Tariq Woolen and Devon Witherspoon are a very young cornerback tandem. Woolen now in year 3, Witherspoon in his 2nd season. And then you got Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. So let's go ahead and meet the team as a whole. Geno Smith, of course, as we mentioned, going to be leading the show. Kenneth Walker now in year 3 with Zach Charbonnet behind him. Charbonnet not featuring too much over our first few matchups against them. And I wouldn't expect anything different in this one. Again, that trio, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba that we spoke about. Noah Fant adds another element of speed, another just veteran, gritty player. Charles Cross at left tackle, at left guard, Nick Leverett, George Huntley, the rookie center, 1st-rounder, being backed up by another rookie, Michael Schofield at right guard, Abraham Lucas rounding out that offensive line. On the interior, you're going to have Jaron Reed, Draymond Jones, Cam Young, and Tommy Togiai. You'll also have some Darrell Taylor on the outside. Devin Bush and Damian Wilson going to be those starting linebackers, filling in for the since departed Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks. Uchenna Nwosu on the right side. Rookie John Bishop likely to get some burn as a sub linebacker role as well. Tariq Woolen, Devon Witherspoon, Mike Jackson, as we mentioned, very lethal top 2. And, with the attention that's going to be paid to them, along with Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams, Mike Jackson with the opportunity to probably, make his mark on this game a little bit, with Jason Myers and Michael Dixon as that special teams duo. And now here's Glen Roberts, man, coming onto the field, under 50% completion so far in his rookie season, 983 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. And he has definitely flashed at times. We've seen him make plays with his legs, makes plays out of structure, but we have yet to see him truly dominate a game. I suppose you could use the San Francisco game. But, out of the 5 games that he's played, I would say that he's been underwhelming to maybe average in 4 of them. And here, against another divisional opponent, they're going to have to try to find some way to get him going, as Antonio Gibson's carry of 9 yards leads to a 3rd and 1 now at the 37-yard line. Davis Price back in the game, and he's going to get the give. Price up the gut, and they're going to give him the first down. How about that? I certainly didn't think he made it across the line. Refs thought differently, and we will take it. Gonna hand off Davis Price again. Gets a good block from Chase Claypool. Witherspoon in pursuit, able to bring him down at the 42-yard line. Great run there from Ty Davis Price. And we're looking to continue to lean on his explosiveness. Again, still very happy with that trade overall, giving away 2 fourth-round picks, for someone who led the league in rushing last season and has, done his part up to this point in the season. Some games in the game script just haven't allowed him to have the volume of carries alongside Antonio Gibson getting some as well. But Rashad Bateman on the first drive strikes. We know what he can do. Devon Witherspoon not quite able to keep up with Rashad Bateman on that fly route, beats him off the line pretty immediately. Roberts sees it, gives his receiver an opportunity to run up underneath it. He does, and Arizona is going to have the first points of the game here. Roberts to Bateman, and it's going to be 7-0 as we're going to see Seattle's offense now take the field. Geno Smith, the vet, here with 1,282 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Been having an okay season. Very interesting to see this Seattle team sitting at 1-4 with all the talent that they have. The offensive line isn't amazing, but it's certainly passable. You got a star running back in Kenneth Walker and one of the best receiver trios in the league. And when you add in Fant in there as well, as we see DK Metcalf across the middle, opening play of the Seahawks drive, 20 yards. And then, the talent on defense as well. Just very interesting, but I suppose we'll see what they're made of here as he's going to look for Tyler Lockett, and he's going to be intercepted by Jalen Johnson. Johnson looked like he was able to read that one the whole way, jumps underneath it, and right after scoring the first points of the game, Arizona just 2 plays later going to have the ball back in good field position at their own 44-yard line with an opportunity to get a 2-possession lead early, as we're going to see Arizona take the field again. Davis Price in the game, Rondale Moore, Rashad Bateman in there on the left side, and Rondale Moore going to get the pass from Roberts down to the 38-yard line. 18-yard connection there from Roberts to Rondale. 1st and 10 now. Roberts under center, going to drop back, looking, going to find Rashad Bateman short again, just a gain of 3 yards. And 4 for 4 for Glen Roberts here in the early going. Definitely progress if we've seen it. And Roberts now going to keep it himself on the read option. Roberts was hoping Rashad Bateman could stay engaged for just a little while longer. Doesn't happen, but after a gain of 17, he'll go out at the 18-yard line now in the red zone. Roberts going to fake the handoff to Davis Price. Looking, going to find Elijah Higgins on the short route for a gain of 12. And they're moving, man. Seattle's defense giving little to no resistance so far. 4:16 remaining in the first quarter. Davis Price gets the give. Gonna be hit quickly by Uchenna and Nwosu. Not much room to speak of there, as now 2nd and goal. Gonna hand off Davis Price again. This time he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. And just like that, it's gonna be a 3rd and goal. Arizona, again, looking to take advantage of the Jalen Johnson turnover, going to give it to Davis Price for the 3rd straight play. And Davis Price tries to muscle forward, not going to be able to do so. And on 4th and goal, Arizona's going to keep the offense out there. Want to make him pay. Roberts quickly, Rondale Moore. It's bounced in the air and drops to the ground. A turnover on downs for Arizona. Roberts' first incompletion of the game. And Seattle's backed up, though, at the 2-yard line. He's going to look short. That's Noah Fant on the right side for a gain of 2. And after just a quick 3-yard run from Kenneth Walker on 2nd down, Geno going to have Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Smith and Jigba able to get it down to the 28-yard line. The 2nd-year rookie, 22 yards, showing off his smooth route running abilities there. Now here we are, 1st and 10. Going to look and find Noah Fant. Cam Thomas not able to stick with the speedy tight end. At the 40-yard line now, Geno, Kenneth Walker next to him in the shotgun, trips to the right. Geno looking, trying to connect there with Tyler Lockett, but it's knocked away from Jalen Johnson, who's done his thing on Tyler Lockett through the first, drive and a half of Seattle's possessions. 2nd and 10 now. Geno looking short. Kenneth Walker going to be wrapped up. Kaiser White, gain of 7, and that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Arizona, pretty much doing whatever they want offensively. Of course, the turnover on downs is not ideal, but if this is a sign of things to come for this game, Arizona has to like the way that things have been looking. Now 3rd and 3, freshly into the second quarter, going to hand off to Kenneth Walker. Stinson not able to bring him down. Couple Cardinals players there to rally, and they will drop him for a loss of 2. And Arizona gets the ball back after a good defensive stand. Rondale Moore, short left side, going to be brought down. Mike Jackson. And, those are some things about Rondale Moore's game that Glen Roberts just has to be more aware of. With his size, it's really difficult as Roberts going to air one out to McBride. Devin Bush, good coverage there from the linebacker, forcing an incompletion. And now a 3rd and 9 after a Ty Davis-Price run that goes nowhere. Roberts going to look for Rashad Bateman across the middle, not quite able to make it there. They're going to punt it away back to Seattle. I guess not a 3 and out because Rondale did pick up a first, but a quick punt. And it's, wow, man, that's a short one. It hit Tyler Lockett. The ball's on the ground, and Lockett is able to get underneath it, or get on top of it, rather. And Seattle now at the 44-yard line. But as I was saying, with Rondale Moore, Roberts just has to recognize Rondale Moore's game is not to be a jump ball guy. It's not to be someone that's going to, just have a whole lot of ability to get the ball when he has to go up in traffic. He has to give him his balls in space. He has to find him on, vertical routes where he's able to maybe just kind of outrun his man. And up to this point in the season, Rondale Moore and Roberts have not had that connection that he had with Josh Dobbs. Now Bateman's still been doing his thing, but Rondale Moore definitely needs to get more involved with the caliber of receiver that he is, and also considering that we've already doled out a contract extension for him. He's going to be one of our top guys for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, at least that's the plan. And one way to make sure he stays locked in and engaged is by giving him the ball, feeding him a little bit, letting him know that, yes, we understand Rashad Bateman is the guy on this offense, but it can be a 1A, 1B type of situation with the talent there. As Trey McBride going to get a nice catch down to the 41-yard line. Roberts going to fake it again to Ty Davis-Price, rolling out, finding Rashad Bateman on the move. Witherspoon gets him out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Glen Roberts dealing 8 of 11 for 125 and a score. As time running down in the second, 4:25 left. Roberts looking, and what were we saying? Rondale Moore, give him a chance to run up underneath the ball, let him use his speed after the catch, and he gets them down to the 9-yard line. Forced out of bounds by Jamal Adams. One of the big play there for Arizona's offense. Rashad Bateman had a deep shot that he was able to haul in for a score, and Rondale Moore there doing his part. 65 yards for Rondale early. And here's Roberts looking. Rashad Bateman again beating Mike Jackson for his second touchdown of the game. And this Seattle defense just does not know what to do with Arizona's offense. Now, you might say, well, that's only two possessions with a score versus 2 without. Yes, but, it's always hard to score when you get, within that 5-yard line, within that 3-yard line. And their offense Seattle's offense, that is, hasn't been able to move the ball too well themselves. So we'll definitely take that any day of the week as Kenneth Walker gets the check down from Geno. And we're liking the way things are looking so far. On 3rd and 8 now, an opportunity to give the offense the ball once again prior to the half. Geno going to roll out, going to throw across his body to DK Metcalf, who's able to haul that one in down to the 47-yard line. Greedy Williams just not quite able to hang with him there. Fresh set of downs now. Clock rapidly approaching that 2-minute warning. Geno going to be rushed, going to get it out to Kenneth Walker, makes a move around Kaiser White. Greedy Williams able to hit him low, gets him down, and Charles Cross, the left tackle, gonna head to the bench with an injury. Status for him will be updated a little bit later. 1st and 10, fake for Geno, and Geno is going to be clobbered. That's Jaron Kearse and Zaven Collins combining in there to bring down Geno Smith and bring up a 2nd and 19 at midfield. Defense looking to make something happen. Geno going to be hit down by Kaiser White, and BJ Ojulari's on top of it. No Seattle players to speak of in pursuit, and Ojulari going to Naruto run his way into the end zone. What a play there by Kaiser White, shooting the gap for the 2nd straight linebacker blitz call in a row. Geno didn't recognize it, or slow to recognize it. Ojulari picks up the loose ball, runs it into the end zone. A missed extra point would mean it would just remain a 20-3 game. But with a 17-point lead and time running down, Arizona is looking like they're in a good spot as Geno once again throwing across the body. DK Metcalf again. Stinson wasn't able to wrap him up, but luckily, a few more Cardinals players there to bring him down. Hurry up offense. Going to fake the handoff to Kenneth Walker. Geno looking, has a wide open man. It's Tyler Lockett, and Tyler Lockett able to find a breakdown in coverage there. Didn't see a Cardinals player that looked like he had that assignment, but they're moving now at the 30-yard line, and DK Metcalf going to hold on to, Jackson Smith and Jigba going to hold on to a tough one there, gain of 14. Still yet to use a timeout, 35 seconds remaining. Geno Smith with 4 receivers to the right, going to find one. It's Tyler Lockett again, and they will call that first timeout now. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Seattle looking to make something happen, and they do get the ball to open the second half. So, could be a bit of a 2-for-1 here as Kaiser White able to break that pass up. 2nd and goal now. Geno dropping back, looking for Noah Fant. Lewis seen in coverage, not able to stay with Fant. And this something like that with the camera. Not sure what was going on. They didn't bring up the replay, and just had to kind of let it go from there. But now with one last chance, Glen Roberts looking for Rondale Moore, and Quandre Diggs breaks it up at the last moment. Thought Moore might have been able to get that and keep it going. Not quite able to. And it's going to be a 20-10 ball game here at the half. Just 5 rushing yards for Seattle up to this point. Passing game has been relatively close for both teams. 10-point game. Seattle does get an opportunity to cut that 10-point lead down even more when we open the half. But for now, let's take a look at what's going on around the league, starting in L.A., where New England is taking on the Rams, and it's 10-7. Kirk Cousins under 100 yards, along with Mac Jones. Devontae Parker catching a touchdown. Rams looking to get just their 2nd win of the season over an opponent that the Cardinals have already defeated this year. Raiders putting on a clinic. Rookie Travis Garner has his team up 28-10, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns for him, 2 touchdowns for Josh Jacobs as well, with 2 picks from Ritter contributing to what is looking like a slaughter in that one. And San Francisco picks up their 4th win of the year with a 24-14 win over Chicago. Justin Fields really struggling, only 136 yards, 2 interceptions. Brandon Ayuk, 10 catches, 105 yards. Brock Purdy, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pretty efficient day for him overall. And one thing that this Arizona team would like to have happen in the second half is to get the run game going a little bit more. Ty Davis-Price, outside of the one big run early, hasn't seen a whole lot of production, but we're going to have to start on the defensive side of things as Geno going to take the snap, going to look short for DK Metcalf, not quite able to hook up with his big-bodied receiver there, bringing up a 2nd and 10 now. Geno Smith under center, going to look short. Tyler Lockett able to get a gain of 4, and BJ Ojulari is down on the play. You see him kind of working out that shoulder there. 3rd and 6. Now for Seattle, Geno looking, scrambling, trying to make something happen. Sees a wide open Tyler Lockett. No one's there to catch him. Jalen Johnson absolutely torched on that play. And what was a 20-3 Arizona lead has been trimmed down now to just 4, pending the extra point. Tyler Lockett trying to give his veteran quarterback a receiver to go to. Jalen Johnson had been doing his thing against them pretty much the whole game up to this point, but not there. And BJ Ojulari would be fine. We're going to keep him out for the time being. But Tyler Lockett, what a play there. What a throw from Geno on the run. As Davis Price, you see, gain of 2, just 30 yards on 9 carries up to this point. And another second down carry would go nowhere, leading to a 3rd and 8. Roberts dropping back, looking for Rashad Bateman, finds a gap in the zone, drags the toes down to the 46-yard line. Fresh set of downs now, 1st and 10. Roberts with a bunch formation to the right, going to get the pass, going to look short. Claypool, risky throw, breaks the tackle, makes a move, and it's Jamal Adams who's finally able to bring him down. Good run there by Chase Claypool. His biggest play, 25 yards as an Arizona Cardinal. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of burn in the pass game. And that's to be expected with, Ty Davis Price and Gibson splitting carries, Rashad Bateman, Rondale Moore, Trey McBride, those top 3 targets. So Claypool has to just kind of get his opportunities as they come, as Roberts dropping back, looking for Rashad Bateman, and he is able to put it right on him. Glen Roberts drops one in a bucket for Rashad Bateman, who beat Mike Jackson on the press coverage. Jackson was playing a little off before the snap, decided to press up just a little bit, and Rashad Bateman, despite the outstretched hand of Mike Jackson, hauls it in, puts Arizona on the board again, and it's back to a 10-point game as we see Tyler Lockett 4 for 114 and a touchdown. Most of that, of course, coming on the last drive with the long touchdown pass from Geno. Now 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker not able to get the ball. Ball's up in the air. Kaiser White forces the ball out, and we see BJ Ojulari is now back on the field. Glad he was able to avoid significant injury. Would have been a big blow, even though he hasn't quite been able to get things going. Only 1 sack up to this point in the season. Ball forced out of DK Metcalf's hands on 2nd down, bringing up a 3rd and 10. Geno dropping back, gonna decide to take it himself. Interesting decision there. Not gonna get anywhere close to that 1st down marker, and the Seahawks would punt it away again. Here's Gibson getting a carry here, just his 2nd of the game, 6 yards down to the 37-yard line. Trips to the right. Gibson still in the game alongside him, and Gibson is going to get a floater right here. Going to be pushed out of bounds by Devon Witherspoon as we see Roberts, 14 of 18, 249, and 3 touchdowns. He's really having his best game of his young career up to this point. Glen Roberts keeps it himself again. Likely not a good decision to try to make a move on Jamal Adams. Lucky he wasn't blasted there. But now 3rd and 4. Got to make something happen. Rashad Bateman, keep an eye on him. We see some press coverage again from Witherspoon. Good coverage there. Pump fake. Roberts passes to Rondale Moore, forced out by Mike Jackson, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Fresh set of downs now. Rondale Moore with his 4th catch of the game. Looks like Roberts heard the commentary, trying to get his receiver involved, and he's going to find him again on another deep shot. Rondale Moore, a gain of 33 yards. And at this point, Seattle's defense just has no answers. You see Jamal Adams not happy with his young corner, Mike Jackson there, giving him a stare down. Roberts dropping back, rolling out to his left. That's not Nwosu. Seattle defender in pursuit. Glen Roberts doesn't care, shakes him off into the end zone, and he's going to give you a little dancey dance here. His 4th all-purpose touchdown, 3 passing, now 1 on the ground, and Roberts really making good use of his legs in this game, putting his team up 17 points once again, now 34-17 with Seattle needing to make something happen here to avoid pushing themselves into an even bigger hole. Zaven Collins, good wrap up there. stops Kenneth Walker after a gain of just one. Now 3:30 remaining in the third. Stinson in pursuit. Geno able to get the pass off. Zaven Collins knocks it out of the hands of Kenneth Walker once again there. Now 3rd and 9. Geno with Kenneth Walker in the backfield with them. You see some pressure. Lewis Seen looked like he might have been able to make a play on that one. A bad pass from Geno, not able to hook up with Fant there. And Arizona once again has the ball back, and they're going to try to pound Davis Price, not able to make it happen. Davis Price very much struggling in this one, under 3 yards a carry. As you see Antonio Gibson check back into the game. Roberts looking, surveying, has a man. It's Antonio Gibson. He beats Devin Bush on the route, trying to find his way into the end zone, dives, and he is in. Antonio Gibson, one of the more underrated free agent signings this offseason. Tariq Cohen was fantastic for us a season ago. Needed someone to fill that role, with his pretty hefty regression. And Antonio Gibson has done so in a big way. Puts the team up 24 points now, as Kenneth Walker going to get the give left side. Walker, by far his best carry of the day, gain of 14 down to the 38-yard line. And they're going to hand it off to him again, stretch left side, makes a move, has some space. Lewis Seen wraps him up. Good gain there. 21 more yards for Kenneth Walker into Arizona territory. And at 24 points, it is a 3-possession game. Touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions going to be needed, and he gets the ball quickly to Noah Fant. Zaven Collins once again all over the field making tackles. 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Geno gonna have a man. It's Fant again, gonna be wrapped up there. Manages to hold on to the ball, and what should likely be the last play of the third quarter, Geno trips to his right across the field. J-Ron Curse intercepts him, not able to get the proper communication there with Noah Fant. Looked like Fant thought the ball was going to get there a tick later than it actually did, as Ojulari again going to leave the field, and that's not good. Leaving with injury twice in one game, never a good sign. Arizona's offense back on the field. Roberts just throws an absolute lollipop up into the air, floated it to no one but Mike Jackson, able to take advantage of that one as we head to the fourth quarter. And Glen Roberts, man, all over 350 passing yards, almost 100 rushing yards as a team on the ground, and they are having their way, as Seattle going to set up after the interception. That's back-to-back plays with picks, mind you. And Geno Smith now for the third straight play. There's going to be an interception. This time it's Jalen Johnson, not going to be caught by Tyler Lockett. Fullback in pursuit, not able to get him either. And as we see, bruised sternum for BJ Ojulari will end his game, but with a 31-point lead, likely not something that we need to be too concerned with. 9:45 here to go in the game. The quick dump off to Kenneth Walker. How about that play from Jalen Johnson, man? J-Ron Curse picks it. Roberts gives it right back to Mike Jackson, and Jalen Johnson gets it right back on the previous play. That's back-to-back plays with interceptions. Very, very rare you see that in the NFL. Now 1st and 10 for Seattle. It's Noah Fant getting it across the middle of the field. Good hookup there from Geno as they're trying to get down the field. And down 31 points, you got to think they're just playing for pride at this point. Very unlikely that they're able to close that gap. Tyler Lockett, though, going to do what he can. Geno, though, sneakily over 340 or at 340 yards now in this game. But with 3 interceptions, he's really doomed his team, as DK Metcalf going to get the pass there. Greedy able to bring him down after a loss of 6. Geno Smith now 5 wide. Formation 2nd and 4. You see Stinson showing pressure. Lewis Seen able to knock that one away from Jackson Smith and Jig, but Geno could have looked to take off with his legs, elected to throw it, pass knocked away, now 3rd and 4. Geno, pressure, looking, DK Metcalf ends up throwing it out of the back of the end zone. Nothing to speak of there. Now 4th down, and they're going for it. Interesting call here from Seattle. He looking short, and it's knocked away. Greedy Williams not allowing Kenneth Walker to hold on to that one. Arizona back on the field. And on 1st and 10, Roberts going to fake the handoff. Ty Davis-Price going to give it to Trey McBride short. McBride trying to give a stiff arm to Devon Witherspoon. Not quite able to, but does get the first down. As we have 6 minutes to go here in the game, Davis-Price going to get the give. Gain of 4, one of his best runs in a while. 12 carries, 34 yards. Again, this run game with Davis-Price just really not up to snuff here in this game. But the offense made sure that didn't matter. McBride going to get another one here. 3rd and inches. And, at this point, like I said, the game pretty much a wrap. We did miss the 3rd and inches and just decided to go for it with a fullback dive not a fullback dive, a halfback dive that didn't go anywhere, as we've been accustomed to at this point, as Geno Smith looking to try to continue to keep his team in it for lack of a better term of what he's doing. But he throws it all away there. Jalen Johnson, now his 3rd interception of the game. And Jalen Johnson's going to have space down the sideline. His 3rd pick, 2nd pick 6 of the game. And they're just piling it on now. Seattle just helpless. And this is looking very reminiscent of what happened in their Week 18 showdown last season, where Seattle just was not able to get anything going. And again, you got to think with the way that their offense is constructed, very, very intriguing that they haven't been able to take any sort of advantage of that. We're down 20-3, brought it within 3 points at 20-17, and just have not been able to do anything since, as Jalen Johnson nearly picks it for the 4th time. Not quite able to get it there on the dive. 2nd and 7, Geno Smith gonna look short. It's in Jigba he's targeting, and the rookie Andrew Stinson dives in front. His first interception of his career, and it's a beauty. Showing off the acrobatics. Should have had his first interception back in week 1, if you remember, on the Packers' first drive of the game. Jordan Love essentially threw it in his hands, and he just dropped it. But with nothing else to speak of, that is going to bring us to a close here against Seattle. A 55-17 effort. And just complete and utter domination on both sides of the ball. Complete script flip of what happened a week ago against the Jets. The Cardinals pulling themselves back up to 500. And what a performance. This has to be, without a doubt, Glen Roberts' best performance of his pro career. Geno, though, 31-52, 52 pass attempts, 397, 2 touchdowns, 5 picks. Glen Roberts, 19 of 26 for 365 and 4 scores. Did throw the pick, but again, just gotta love what he was able to do today. 57 yards on the ground and another touchdown, accounting for 5 total. Again, Davis-Price and Antonio Gibson just not contributing a whole lot today on the ground. Tyler Lockett, Rashad Bateman, DK Metcalf, and Rondale Moore all doing their thing in this one. Over 100 yards. Rashad Bateman with 3 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, again, Roberts hooking up with him for what has been Rondale Moore's best game of the season up to this point as well, as we see the guys, getting those interceptions. And 2 for Jalen Johnson, 1 for Ojulari as far as defensive scores. Very, very good bounce back game there. Again, this is a team that's been up and down this year. There's no telling who's going to show up week in and week out. Last week, you saw a horrible performance on both sides. This week, you see a game-breaking performance on both sides, as we see B.J. Ojulari fortunately avoided major injury after leaving the game with that bruised sternum. And that's going to take us, y'all, into week 7, where Kyler Murray is going to come back to town to face his former team, the team that drafted him number 1 overall, had him give up his professional baseball dreams because of that. Traded him away, of course, last in the offseason for current starting safety Lewis Seen and a first-round pick. Also gave up Sean Ryan, Keontae Ingram, a few picks. And it's going to be an interesting one here. You know, of course, he never played a game under the regime of head coach Mike White, was on injured reserve. They elected to just keep Josh Dobbs as the starter last season. So Kyler Murray definitely going to have plenty to, think about and play for here, as he's going to be back in State Farm Stadium, where he hasn't taken a snap in, almost 2 years at this point. But it should be a fantastic game. Going to be looking forward to it. As always, you all, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe should you feel so inclined. Should be a fantastic game next week when we host Kyler and the Vikings. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. It's been your boy Mike. Peace.